Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 40th anniversary of the speech that changed a nation. Back to Blacktown. We've got a great night for you, ladies and gentlemen. We have speeches from Graham Freudenberg, the co-author of the original speech. The Honourable Bob Hawke will speak, John Faulkner will speak, and this is a surprise, as we've assembled some of the original cast, the original recording artists from the original song. Obviously, the hall has been renovated since we were here last. I think the carpet's the same. But it's very difficult to recognise the building from the photographs. I think the wall over there has been knocked out. But other than that, it's great to see a full house. So I would now like to welcome, to make the official welcome, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Western Sydney, where the Whitlam Institute is located. Would you please welcome Professor Janice Reid.
Thank you. The Honourable Bob Hawke, members of the Whitlam family, former ministers, staff and advisors of the Whitlam team, the Honourable Simon Crean and those serving, and former representatives present this evening, Senator the Honourable John Faulkner and my fellow members of the Whitlam Institute Board, our special guests, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On this night, exactly 40 years ago, Gough Whitlam committed his government to legislating to give the Aboriginal people land rights. Not just, he said, because their case is beyond argument, but because all of us as Australians are diminished while the Aborigines are denied their rightful place in this nation. I might mention that a year later, as the outstation movement gained pace, Gough Whitlam said to me in Yirrkala in Arnhem Land, "If it wasn't for Mr. Whitlam, we could never have gone home." It seems proper and appropriate on this night especially that I, on behalf of us all, acknowledge the Darug people, the traditional owners of the lands on which we gather, and pay our respects to elders past and present. I pay my respects also to those Aboriginal friends and Torres Strait Islanders who may be among us this evening. It's 12 years now since Gough Whitlam and the University of Western Sydney formally agreed to establish the Whitlam Institute within our university. I thought at the time, and have become the more convinced since, that there could be no more proper home for such a vitally important national institution. Our university is grounded in Gough's vision for the people of Australia's urban fringes and for the people of Greater Western Sydney more specifically. Our university footprint is not too dissimilar from that of the seat of Werriwa, which Gough won, of course, in 1952. The Whitlam Institute is treasured by the university. The Prime Ministerial collection has grown to many thousands of items, and I'm told we'll be gifted another 200 boxes of materials from Mr. Whitlam very soon. Among the growing number of donors to the collection, there are several here tonight. Graham Freudenberg has donated his papers. Bill and Marty Morrison not only donated relevant papers, but earlier this year, 4 wonderful sketches by Bruce Petty. Carol Summerhayes is not only donating her notebooks in perfect Summerhayes shorthand, but for those of us who don't read shorthand, is transcribing them for the future benefit of readers as well. Our university is an engaged university, and that means in part actively encouraging our scholars to involve themselves in public discourse and policy development. The Institute is emblematic in that respect, and its commitment to the contemporary relevance of the causes that Gough championed is reflected in its growing and deepening public policy program. Engagement also means embedding ourselves in the community, and the Institute's education and outreach activities are breaking new ground in doing precisely that. This evening resonates strongly with all of these elements. More than this, it's an evening for storytelling, celebration and reflection. It's an evening in which we celebrate the speech that changed the nation and are reminded that our democracy is large enough and tough enough to embrace us all. So on behalf of the University of Western Sydney and the board of the Whitlam Institute, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all back to Blacktown. Thank you.